Hi you guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Makenzie.
And I'm Malia, and today we're going to be talking to you guys about how we revived our hair from heat damage.
As you guys can tell, we wear our hair naturally curly, but it has not always been the case. I straightened my hair for like 3 or 4 years straight, and my hair was damaged. It was so bad.
Frizzy, stringy. We're going to tell you guys all of our secrets on how we got our hair back to healthy and bouncy, juicy, poppin' curls. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and make sure to follow us on Instagram.
Also, if you guys have any questions about your hair, you guys can always comment them down below, and we will try our best to answer every single one of your guys' questions.
So also, let us know if you guys want any more of these curly hair videos together or separate.
Today is Monday, but on Friday this week, set your guys' post notifications on because my curly hair routine is dropping! Finally!
But let's just get right into the video.
Let's do this. Okay, let's take it to like the very beginning. So if you guys don't know, we are biracial. Our mom is black and our dad is white. So our mom has very kinky curly hair and she actually has treatments done. So she wears it straight, but we never really learned how to do our hair from, you know, like our mom teaching us how to do it because she just didn't know how to do our curls. We kind of had to figure it out on our own, which was a journey.
Very challenging because no one really knew how to do our hair and we didn't know how to do our hair, so no one could teach us how to do our hair.
Right.
So we were like, what are we gonna do? So we went to none other than the heat tools and straightening iron, which is probably the worst thing you could do for curly hair.
Yeah, so we started straightening our hair in 6th grade. We'll insert a picture here.
Also, keep in mind, I feel like this plays another part, but like everyone, we grew up kind of like in a white area, so it was very like there was not really any ethnicity, so we were like the only people with curly hair, and I was like, oh, you know, I don't really look like everyone else, so I was like, I'm just gonna straighten my hair. It's easier to do, and plus I didn't know how to do it, so it was kind of like I didn't know how to do anything.
Exactly.
And on top of that, everyone else had straight hair, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna straighten my hair, and I kept doing it for like years.
Also, it was not trendy to have curly hair. Like now, like curls are hyped up. Everyone loves curls. People are getting perms. Like it is hype.
Yeah,
it is trendy to have curly hair, and it was not like that, you know,
back in elementary school,
you know, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So also, your curls look almost like mine, especially looked like stringy and wavy, not even curly at all.
Yeah.
Like you guys will see pictures of my in-between stage. After I put down the heat, my hair was stringy. Like it was not good curls. I had no volume. The top of the roots of my hair were flat. Like there was no curl at the top. So it was definitely a learning process for sure.
So I actually didn't even realize this, but after I put down the heat and like stopped straightening my hair, I actually noticed that I have like different textured hair in the back. It's a lot curlier in the back. Most people can't even see in videos, but it's a lot curlier than the front of my hair. And I didn't even know that because it used to be just like frizz back there. Okay, so basically from 6th grade through 9th grade, we straightened our hair all of those years. Every week we'd have our hair straight. We never worked curly.
And it was really bad because we played sports, so our hair would get super greasy and like we'd sweat it out, but we just like still like straighten it.
Yeah, and I'd constantly be touching it up. Like pretty much every day I would touch it up and be like, oh my gosh, I have to straighten my hair.
Heat protectant is so expensive. We never used heat protectant.
Never.
Like literally we did not use
worst
heat
thing.
protectant.
That's the worst thing you could do on top of heat, using no heat protectant at all. So that was horrible.
In 6th grade, Malia straightened her hair and then would curl her hair.
Yeah.
Like it was
And I can insert
bad.
pictures here, but yeah, when I was younger, I would go crazy with the curling iron. And it did look cute at the time, but now like looking back on it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm frying my hair. Because literally after 7th grade, that's when I started curling my hair, and you could see like my ends looked fried, and they were they were so split.
It wasn't just the ends, it was like 6 inches down.
Yeah, yeah. Like and then actually fast forward to 8th grade, we actually cut our hair. Me and Kenzie cut our hair like literally before 8th grade, really short while it was straight. We still straightened it, but we were like, all right, we have so many dead ends. We cut it, and then 9th grade came along and we still straightened our hair for high school. And then we got taken out of school in 9th grade.
And that's a story for another time, but...
You guys want a story time about that? Oh. Our parents took us out of high school because we weren't being...
We got in trouble. Basically.
Yeah, we got in trouble. Another time for another day, another story.
If you guys want a story time,
comment down below if you want the story time. Anyways, okay, so 9th grade, we got taken out of school, and then sophomore year came around. And we were like, okay,
we're at home.
We're at home.
Online school.
We do online school. We don't really talk to anybody. We only have like a few friends. And me and Kenzie are like, we only go to the gym, so it doesn't make sense to really straighten our hair anymore.
We went to the gym and we worked at a daycare. I was like, I don't need to be looking cute at the daycare.
Yeah.
Like, I can wear my hair in a bun for a week.
Yeah, or like even like protective hairstyles, like we would either wear it in a bun, a low bun, a pony, or just down. I feel like my hair was definitely looser, like it wasn't as spirally, but my curls were like looking kind of, I don't know, they were a little bit stringy and fried at the ends. And I had probably a good 6 inches of split ends. And I never cut my hair before, and I never wanted to.
The thing about starting your curly hair journey is that it's gonna take time. It's a journey, that's why they call it that. And it sucks to hear that, but you have to be patient with your hair. It's not gonna look poppin' overnight.
Okay. Step 1 is to put down the heat. That is a given. I don't know if you guys already got that by now, but also, no heat, no blow drying, no nothing.
I didn't diffuse my hair in the beginning. I was so afraid of heat. I was like, I watched so many videos, all the girls. I was like, I'm gonna listen to them. I'm gonna
watch
finally listen to these people that are telling me that have beautiful hair. I'm gonna listen to them. And if you're watching this right now and you want to start, listen to us. Put down the heat.
And I know it sucks at the time because it's like, what do I do with my hair? Like, it looks stringy, it looks frizzy, it doesn't look the best. So I would say
it's hard.
It is hard.
Difficult.
Yeah. And I think the nice thing for us was that we were able to wear it in a bun most of the time, so it was just like we didn't really care.
Yeah.
But you want to go out and look nice and do something cute, but you can always do protective hairstyles to kind of like hide the stringiness and all that kind of stuff. That way you don't have to always like wear it completely down if you don't want to.
If you're starting your curly hair journey, I feel like the first year or two you want to be like really strict on like not using heat. I think I probably straightened my hair like once that year, but if you can not straighten your hair at all, that's ideal.
We were pretty strict on it. Like, I think now I only straighten my hair once a year, maybe twice now that my hair can handle it.
Yeah.
I definitely am very careful though. Like, I always use heat protectant. I always make sure to do a leave-in before and after I straighten my hair. Yeah. Right when I'm about to wash my straight. Just to like revive it, because it does take a toll on my hair. I notice even after once a year, it's like, it's a lot of heat. And it takes a lot of heat to straighten the curly hair too.
Yeah, I feel like even like my hair won't be the same for like a month after I straighten my hair. One thing I would recommend as well is doing loose hairstyles. So like a loose bun, loose low pony, a little high floppy pony. Yeah. If you don't want to wear your hair curly down yet, if you're not comfortable with that, if you don't feel like your hair looks the way you want it yet, stick to those hairstyles. And maybe we can make a couple videos doing hairstyles we wore when we were just getting into our curly hair journey. Step 2, baby.
Okay, so this is very important. The products that you use and how we revived our hair with hair masks, healthy shampoo and conditioners. We'll tell you guys all the kind of
products that we
good
use.
Products that we've tested, that we love, stuff to stay away from. So
yeah, one thing from us for sure is that it took a while to get the products that we liked down. It's trial and error. Like we said, we watched YouTube videos. We didn't really have anyone who was like, hey, use this, this, and this. Yeah, it was just like, oh, I'm gonna watch this YouTuber, this YouTuber, this YouTuber, and try everything.
They don't really say what not to use. They just say like, oh, this is what I use. One thing I would actually stay away from is the Cantu brand. I used to love them because their products smell like a mango tropical breeze.
You smell like a...
And I thought it was good for my hair because it was like in the curly hair section. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll use that.
The multicultural section.
And that was when I was like, a beginner. So I was like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll try anything. And I was desperate. So it was cheaper than the Shea Moisture. So I was like, oh, I'll get this. So we got it and my hair smelled good. That was like the only thing. I feel like it worked for a little bit and then I noticed my hair started getting dry. Yeah. So I was like, okay, we need to switch it up. And that's when we started looking at the ingredients. When you look at the ingredients of most products, you want to stay away from anything that has parabens, sulfates, and most scented things too. But I would say, I'm going to put up on the screen, our go-to is probably the Shea Moisture Curl Enhancing Smoothie for the styling cream. And then also for shampoo and conditioner, they have one from Shea Moisture as well. And they both are really good for your hair. They're not damaging. I've used them for years, so I love their products. Yes. So those are all of the 3 products that we like to use. Pattern, Camille Rose, Shea Moisture. There's this, what is it called?
The cleansing rinse?
Yeah, it's a cleansing rinse, and I'll put it up on here. It's by Camille Rose. And I've been using that recently, and I've noticed some new hair growth. Actually, my stylist told me this. If you use this like once every couple weeks, it's actually really good for your hair. So you're not supposed to always strip your hair with the shampoo, which is what normal shampoos really do, is they strip your hair and they make it super dry, and that's not what you want, especially when you have curly hair. especially when you have heat damage too, because
especially when you're trying to grow your hair.
You need all the moisture in the world if you have, you know, stringy, damaged, dry, frizzy hair, because that's not gonna help you at all. So I actually started using that and I noticed a ton of new hair growth. So I would say using that on top of, actually, this will be step 3, so I guess we'll just go into that.
Okay.
Is not washing your hair every day. Because I used to do that and it's horrible for hair growth and it makes your hair dry and frizzy.
One thing, I really struggle with second day hair. Like my hair, it's really hard for me to get it to look good. I have to put it like up in a bun or a ponytail. So I do wash my hair pretty often, but I use the cleansing rinse. So I don't strip my hair of the natural oils with my shampoo. You can also use a co-wash. If that's something that you're interested in, I would watch, you know, research some YouTube videos about co-washing. That way you can still go in the shower, get your hair wet, but you're not stripping your hair of those natural oils, which won't lead to frizz, which also won't lead to stripping your scalp of those natural oils that you need for moisturization, for everything.
If you have to wash your hair more than once or twice a week, co-washing is the way to go, because you know, your hair's gonna grow and it's gonna stay moisturized.
Yeah, so that would be for sure once a week if you can. That's ideal. If you can go more than that, good for you, girl. Good for you.
I used to wash my hair every day too, and it's kind of a really big change to go from washing it all the time to not washing it, you know, only once or twice a week. But I have noticed the biggest difference in my hair with growth and just like how it is, how it feels and everything. It's not as dry. That's actually going into step 4, is second day hair products and stuff that every curly girl or guy should have, is a silk pillowcase and silk scrunchies.
Yes.
Because that's what I use for second day hair. I'll sleep on my pillow, my silk pillowcase, and I'll put my hair up in a bun with the silk scrunchie. And those are so nice because it doesn't dent my hair. And when I wake up in the morning, I just like shake it out, and then I'll use a spray bottle, put some extra product in, and then I'm good to go. Also guys, everything that we're talking about will be linked down below, so make sure you guys go check it out, because these are all the products that really actually helped us and the products we love today. So
we will have everything linked for you guys, so it's easy.
Got you. But yeah, I would say definitely silk pillowcase, silk scrunchies. Those have helped me for second day hair. So if you guys want a video on how I actually do that, let me know and I'll make one for you guys if you want that. Another thing I wanted to add, this isn't really like a step, but the Denman brush. No joke, guys, the Denman brush makes your curls so defined. As soon as I picked up the Denman brush, this is actually, I didn't start using it till like a few years after we were not using heat anymore.
Yeah.
And I never even knew about it, and I heard people talking about it. I was like, oh. And then I used it and I was like, what the heck? This is actually like a game changer. So I use that to style my hair. Do not use it to detangle your hair because it will rip out your hair. There's one for styling, and it's like I think it's like D7. I think they have like 7 rows to 9 rows.
That's the D7.
And you can get, that's for styling. Then they have a paddle brush, which doesn't have the little knots at the end of the brush, if you know what I'm talking about. Those actually rip out your hair. And I'd also say make sure to detangle your hair while it's completely soaking wet. I always detangle it in the shower. Either use that kind of brush or use a comb. A wide tooth comb is perfectly fine too.
Yeah.
And then start from your ends and work your way up to the top.
If you're brushing your hair, or if you're adding even in product and your hair is just like damp, it's
really
gonna make
frizzy.
it look really frizzy. So it's important that your hair is completely saturated in water. So,
but we'll put in all of the hair masks that we like.
Yes.
I actually started using this one. It's by Pattern, and it's this, I think it has like rice water and something else in it. It's a different hair mask that I've actually never seen before. It's a clear gel type of like consistency, and it's actually really nice. And I also feel like that has been helping my hair growth too.
Yeah, it's like an elongating mask.
Yeah. But yeah, I put that in my hair in the shower. I always do a deep treatment mask when I'm conditioning. I don't just condition because I think my hair can always use more moisture.
One thing I was gonna say, I actually don't use conditioner. Like
Actually,
you guys,
yeah.
I literally, when I'm in the shower, you guys will see it in my routine, but I use the shampoo, like the cleansing thing, and then after that, I literally go in with a deep treatment mask, and I do that like whenever I wash my hair. Like if I wash my hair 3 times a week, I do that 3 times a week.
Yeah,
which does get
leave-ins-
expensive because it's like a $25 mask, but it is so good.
Leave-ins are your best friend. But yeah, there's a bunch of leave-ins that we've used before, so we'll link all of them. There are a bunch. We've done some from Shea Moisture.
I love all theirs.
Love the Shea Moisture, perfect. I actually used to use even raw shea butter. Is really moisturizing. That's if you want to do like a really deep treatment mask.
Yeah.
I don't do that all the time because it makes my hair kind of oily. That, and then they have a regular hair mask. There's a Pattern one, we'll link down below. All the other ones I can think of, we'll link. So
depending on your specific needs, you guys can check, you know, which one would work best for you.
Camille Rose has good leave-ins too.
Oh really?
Yeah. But you can tell the difference when you start using different products in your hair, because your hair will definitely show it.
Yeah, and that's one thing. Everyone's hair is completely different. What works for me might not work for Malia. What works for me might not work for you. But it's so important to try different things. Yeah. So if you're going to try something that we recommend, first off, thank you for trusting us. But two, just know that you're gonna have to do trial and error for a lot of different things. Maybe something that we recommend, like the leave-in works really well for you, but the cleansing rinse doesn't, you know? So it's just trial and error. And I recommend to watch a lot of different people's YouTube videos, see what their tips are.
Especially if you have different textured hair. Like if you have a lot curlier hair than me, then maybe, you know, a different technique works.
Or if you have wavy hair, we get a lot of comments from people who have wavy hair.
And some of these products might actually be too heavy for that kind of hair. So.
Like the Shea Moisture Curl Enhancing Smoothie would completely weigh down your hair. You need like a mousse instead of like a cream product. So you would definitely want a mousse or something like that. But I don't know. I don't have wavy hair. I would go find a YouTuber that has wavy hair. But that's kind of something that's really important, is trial and error.
Another thing that I wanted to add about my curl, this is kind of the last tip, and this is very optional, but something that I would recommend. If you have like inches of heat damage, I would recommend trimming your hair, getting it frequently trimmed, even like once every 3 or 4 months, just to let your hair grow a little bit to get rid of those dead ends. Because if you have a ton of dead ends, but it's gonna stop you from getting length. So you're gonna get new hair growth, but then your split ends are gonna keep splitting up and it's gonna stay the same length. And that's what happened to me. And I was like, why isn't my hair growing? I feel like it never grows. And so, what was it, 9 months ago? I got my hair cut last December, and I got it really short.
It was so
and that's when I got my bangs, and I'm growing it out right now, and I feel like it's been growing pretty fast. And I've never seen this much hair growth before, and that's because my hair was always damaged, and I had so many dead ends and split ends. That's something that I would recommend. You don't have to do a big chop like I did, but I feel like trimming it every once in a while is really healthy because it gets rid of the dead ends. So, especially if you have fried hair from heat damage. It's so hard though, because I was actually really scared because I've never really done a big chop like that before with my curly hair. So I was like, I don't know if it's gonna look good. And it was pretty short. I don't know if I do that short again, but that's kind of like the scary thing, is like, okay, I'm not really comfortable chopping off, you know, this much of my hair. So little by little, I think that will help. Getting rid of any sort of dead ends will help tremendously. So, and you'll notice that your curls will start to get a little bit more curlier. You'll start to see them spiral and kind of come back to life again. So you'll definitely see the results after getting rid of those dead ends.
For sure. And one thing is, Malia did the big chop, but I did not. I still had dead ends, but I would say not quite as bad as Malia's, just because I didn't curl my hair too. I didn't do a big chop, really. I mean, in 8th grade, I chopped my hair, but I was still straightening it, so it doesn't really count. My hair was pretty long at the end of freshman year. So when I started my curly hair journey, I never did a big chop, and I still got it to where it is now by just doing little trims here and there. So
yeah,
just if you guys are on, you know, the side of the spectrum where you don't want to do a huge chop, that's an option for you. So yeah. And then also one thing I did want to talk about is I had, if you see the back of my hair, you see there's like a little piece that's longer than the others. Now I'm gonna put a picture of how my hair used to be, and it was 10 times worse than that. I just need a little trim. Like, I just need to cut the bottom. When I first started my curly hair journey, it was bad. It was wavy, it was stringy. It did not even look curly, like especially the back of my hair. It was like these little sections back here would be super long, and then it would be curly on the top. And it just looked so unproportional, and it just did not look good at all. What I did to fix that was I did trim the under piece just shorter, that way it matched my shorter, curlier pieces. That is something that takes time. You can train your curls. And I didn't know that. And I always thought that my hair was just gonna look bad forever. And it looked bad for a while, but after, you know, using the products for a long amount of time, keeping your hair curly, not using heat, my hair bounced back. And I feel like I've tamed it to look a certain way and curl a certain way.
Yeah.
I noticed, like, I don't use the Denman brush to style every day, but when I do, I notice like the next day I'll wash, or like the next couple days I'll wash my hair, and my hair will be like already in those little defined curls.
Yeah.
For after the shower, not even using it. So it's like your hair gets trained from products that you use and the methods you use as well. So just keep that in mind.
Alright guys, that is pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope this helped you guys out. If you guys have any questions, let us know down below.
Or DM us, pretty much. But yeah, I hope you guys learned something, got some type of information from this video, and we'll see you guys in my curly hair routine on Friday. You guys better be there. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, follow us on TikTok, Snapchat, the whole deal.
All of the socials. And just a reminder, all the products will be linked down below, so make sure you guys go check it out if you are interested in all the good products that we love. So we'll see you guys in next week's video.
Peace.